Oh yeah, I'm totally doing it. So step into my world with me and I will show you what I see. So this is unimagination from the abstract. And I have my ship sounds. Because, oh yeah, totally know how to just take this up a notch. And you know what I really need right now? I need ship sounds. I need the creaking sound of the ship in the sea. Because this is how I D&D when I do D&D. So I'm like, just chilling. And I'm thinking. And yes, I needed this. I needed this space. I needed this concept. So I have this massive agenda. And part of the problem that I've run into is how to deliver it to my story people and my imagination people. Oh yeah, I know who you are. So I got my imagination people, I got my story people, and I got my physics people, but my physics people and I, we're set, we're good. Oh, those are all the people already around me going, oh yes, I'm the physics people, and I'm like, yes. But my story people are the ones I got to reach, hence all of this. And this is the most beautiful thing, is we are sentient stories. We are absolutely sentient stories. And I don't do well in the material plane. I can only be there so long before I'm just like, I'm going to go crazy. So this is me going back to the abstract, going, all right, I'm back in the abstract and I'm all right now. Thank fucking God. Because damn, like, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do it. So I have some wonderful people around me. I got some fucking fantastic people. And they really break this down for me. They see that I'm struggling with certain things. And when you got the right people around you, they help you out. But if you have the wrong people around you, they either sabotage you or their help is chaos. So you got to make sure you have the right people. That way, when they help you and advise you, they give you the right help. And this is really important. Write this down. Write this down. This is it. You know you've got the right people around you when their advice actually triangulates you closer to your agenda. If you got people whose advice is either unwanted, it sabotages you, or it pulls you off course, get rid of those people. And it's not that they're bad. Their ethical integrity is not in question. I mean, maybe it is. Really get rid of them. But this is really a question of, are they good for you? Are they your people? And your people, when they advise you, oh, they're going to get you so fucking close right onto your point. So for the first time in my life, I have the right people in my life, and they're advising me, and they're like dropping me right on point. And I'm like, all right, I'm going places. And I have like, in the last week, I've gotten 3 beautiful advisors, all giving me literally the same advice. And I walked away. Oh my God, my crown is, just give me a second here. Okay, thank you. So I walked away from the situation going, all right, I got 3 people all telling me that in math, that's math talk for Eureka. So I'm like, all right, I know what I got to do now. So now I just got to figure out how to flesh this all out. So this is me fleshing it all out. And I'm like, I got to get myself cozy in here. And I'm working on it because this is where time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. So I came up with science crack today, which is where I just go in and I drop what I need to say in like 15 minutes or less and I leave. But I also make my rounds. This is so hard. And that's just it. This is so fucking hard. I'm running mathematical equations in my head, trying to figure out, okay, where's the troubleshooting? Where's the problem? Where's the disconnect? Where are you? So I have all these people analyzing what I've got here. And we're just trying to figure out where that little problem is. And this is the other formula that I figured out today or yesterday was you've got your live stream. Your live stream is a big deal. I talk a lot about the live stream. Your live stream is when you are literally just tuned right into everything you love. It's like, I love this, you put it in your life. I love this, and you put it in your life. And you're like, I love this, and you put it in your life. And you're like, all right, I got all this shit. And you have all this shit. It's all your stuff in your life stream. And then that is your life. And that's all you do. And then you've got your routine. And your routine is your schedule, but I don't like that word because it's icky. So I call it a routine. It's your what you do every day, and it's your rotation. So it's your rotation. And it's when you highlight and focus on the things you love. Like for me, it's YouTube. I'm like, fucking God, I love being here. And I'm in my ship. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't sway. I can feel it. And I'm like, yeah, that would probably make people sick. So I won't do that. But I love it. I love it. And I'm like, all right, I got my theater, my stage, which is my ship, which is my YouTube. So I'm fine. And then I got my newsletter. And I love that. So I'm like figuring out what my routine is. And this is what you all have to do. This is what you've got to do. Because if you don't do it, you're not. Good God, why is the world so fucked up? It's like these assholes come along and they take away your life from you. And they're like, your life is all about me now. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? And that's just it, is they come to you and they're like, your life is all about me now. And then parents tell their children, your life is all about everybody else but yourself. Don't be selfish. I'm going to take your life. And it's life thieves. Life thieves. I never had a life thief. But I had a different kind of life thief. Like, they did take my life from me. Oh, so I just went inside my head and I was okay. But the material playing never belonged to me. No, the abstract did. That's why I grew up in it. It was because material playing, that wasn't my life. It never belonged to me. It wasn't fucking even mine. I had Joanna. She took it over in 1988. It wasn't my fucking life. So from 1988, I wasn't even in my own body. It wasn't my life. And I got out of it. And all I could think about was, why the fuck would I ever want anything like that for my children? And I remember my father fighting me on it, going, oh, no, you got to be miserable like me. And I'm like, why the fuck do I have to be miserable like you? Why don't you make yourself happy? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. So I got my life stream and I got my rotation down. I got my rotation down. And my rotation, this was the hardest thing, because then I had these fucking assholes come along to me and they're like, oh, you got to have a 9 to 5. I'm not doing a 9 to 5. I see how miserable you all are. I'm not doing a 9 to 5. So then I thought entrepreneur. And then I had just as many assholes. You got to do it this way. You got to build a funnel. What the fuck are you doing? You just built another box. I'm going to call you out on it. You just built another box. And that's really what I want to do, is just be on YouTube. So now I'm on YouTube. And I got my awesome class, and I got my WhatsApp, and I got my rotation. And I feel like a queen, because I am. And I'm walking through my life going, yes, let's all talk about this. Let's cultivate my people. I love my people. So I'm doing my thing. And I know the knowledge in my head. And I'm going, wow, this is some really important knowledge. Like, really important knowledge. I got to get this to some people. So I have my classes. But now I've got people going, oh, so you're a coach. No. Ew. I'm not a coach. And nothing against coaches. Good for you. Congratulations. But that is so not me. So it's ew. No, I'm not a coach. Ew. God, gym shorts and whistles. And they're like, well, what are you? I'm an ambassador of the abstract. That's what I am. I'm an ambassador of the abstract. So I know what this is, really. Like, because you finish philosophy and the first thing you do is you build a university. The world is not made for people like us. It's just not. And it's like we've got all these fucking assholes going, you're not allowed to be here unless you're like us. So then they make us like them. But now we're miserable and they're miserable. And it's like, why are we repeating this pattern? I'm miserable. I need puppets. I'm miserable. You need to be miserable like me too. Or you could just like do something different so you're not miserable. No, that would be intelligent. I suddenly really want sock puppets. Oh my God, with googly eyes. Oh, with googly eyes. It could be a thing. So I see this. I could totally do the sock puppet thing. I'm looking around my table as if I have socks just laying all over the place. And now I'm designing sock puppets in my head. Maybe this is my art. Oh, that would be amazing. If this were my art, sock puppets. I could totally do this. Oh my God, yes. That would be amazing. You know why? Because I do my subconscious mind conversations all the time with all my people. Only then it would be the subconscious mind doing what it needs to do with identity going, no, I have to be free. Oh, that would be amazing. Yes, it would be. Yes, it would be. Oh, I love this. So, oh my God, yes. I've got to get sock puppies, people. With googly eyes. I'm going to go on Amazon tonight and I'm going to be like, googly eyes. I need socks. Oh my God. Wait a minute. What about that gray sock with the white? Oh my God. This could be a small addiction for me very quickly. Yeah. Yeah. I got to think about this. Because and this is all I'm doing is this is a skill. It is compressing all of this thought into my head. So we have this shitty system, and I'm off doing my own thing that's really different. And I got it all figured out finally. And I've got all my advisors, and they're all telling me what I should do, what they think, what they're observing. And they're all matching up. And I'm like, all right, I got 3 constants. Now there's no arguing. As soon as you get the three identicals, oh, that's a pattern. So they're all telling me the same thing. Oh, no, you need to be on YouTube. You need to be on YouTube doing your weird shit. I do need to be on YouTube doing my weird shit. They're like, you're an internet personality. And this is the fun part. This is who I am. Like, this is how I am with my inner people. This is the kind I like. You hang out. Oh, you should see my weed. This is great. Oh, this is the best part. So there's like layers here. So this is my intimate space of my dude people. And we all come to hang out and we're all smoking weed and I'm chilling like this. And it gets really deep and intense because my people in my circle, they like follow my language. And I'm really deep into this shit. But then it'll turn off. It won't turn off. I'll just like, entertain me now because I've done enough theatrics. Now it's your turn. Entertain me. But not very many people can entertain me. So when I'm in my space, I like to sit back and be entertained. And that's the difference between my friends and everybody outside of that friend circle is I love to be entertained. I love to have people in my circle who can also do this shit with me so that when I play, they play back. So I have my audience, but then backstage, I got people who play with me. Oh yeah, it's intense. It's great. I got somebody who does impressions. It goes crazy. It's like we're a bunch of children back here. It's really like we're a bunch of kids back here. It really is. And because once you reach a level of philosophy, you realize, oh, okay, so kids are right, adults are wrong. We just need to do what the kids do. Literally, that's the secret of the universe. The kids are right. The kids are right. That's it. The kids are right. They're the ones having a good time. They're the ones with all the life fruit. We're doing all of our stupid adult shit going away, and the kids are like, why would I ever do that? So seriously, the moral of the story is be a big kid, too. You got to be a big kid. So I have friends who are just a bunch of big kids. Really, we're just a bunch of big children with money. So we're all just a bunch of big kids. It's great. Which is why I have a playground and kindergarten rooms and a discovery center. That's right. Because it's awesome here. And adults have no idea how to be a kid. And that blows my mind away. And then I get these asshole men who are like strict and stuffy and adults. And they're like, oh yeah, we could be a power couple. Oh fuck no, we can't. You don't even know how to play. Do you know make believe? Do you have a pony? So I say this to people. Do you even have a pony? Because if you don't have a pony, why the fuck would I play with you? Asshole. So yes, yeah, this is life. This is when you get to the point where you're like, I need more play in my life. I remember this one time. I had a date, and it was in the middle of Central Park. It was raining, and I'm 4'11". I'm 4'11", so I could not see over the heads of people. So I decided to stand on the bench, because when you're 4'11", you can do shit like that, and no one will care because you're 4'11". So I stood on the bench, and I'm just looking around, going. And he came, and it was like, woohoo! And it was just instant party. God, he was one of my favorite persons in the world. Instant party. And it was. We just had an instant party. We walked all over Central Park. Yeah. In the rain. So then I get this one person, and he's like, I'm a fanboy. And that scares the fuck out of me. When I hear a person say that I'm a fanboy, I'm just like, okay, that's a red flag, like red alert. They scare the fuck out of me, because I'm like, okay, that's stalker quality. So now I'm scared. So, and here's the thing is, at the end of the day, they're a stranger. Like, I'm here and I'm safe because it's safe. It's safe. But then he's texting me, and I'm like, you're a stranger. So I immediately shields her up, and I'm assessing, because now he's in a position where he could, like, I'm not going to be vulnerable. Like, I'm vulnerable here, which is why the comments are turned off. It's because I'm vulnerable, because I'm fucking real. And like, and that was something that I debated with myself. I'm like, am I going to do this? Am I going to be real? And am I going to be vulnerable and have these comments on? I'm not having these comments on. I'm not going to be vulnerable with a bunch of strangers with comments on. That's fucking stupid. Why would I ever do that? I watched what happened to Jenna Marbles. Fuck that shit. I was there the day she shut it all down. And I'm like, sweetheart, honey, why don't you just take away the chat? I felt so bad for her. You're all fucking assholes, you trolls. So I watched it break her, and I learned from it. And I'm like, got it. No comments allowed. You don't be vulnerable and allow trolls. They ruined it for everybody. So knowing how vulnerable I was going to have to be here, because you want real, you want authentic, which you want real, you want authentic. I get it. So then I disabled the comments. And then this one guy went through my contacts and reached out. And I'm giving him my professional side with my whole boundaries are up. And he's like, wow, you're really different. Well, yeah, because you're not in the inner circle. And he was so uneducated. He did not understand that this is my vulnerable space and you're a stranger. So that when you take down the wall of protection, you're not going to get the vulnerable side. And he thought he was just going to walk into my life and be like, oh, here I am. And I'm like, yeah, you're a stranger to me. And that's the kind of delusion that we live in, where people are fucking clueless about social concept. So I'm in my ship, and I'm now sailing around, and I'm like, all right, I got my agenda. I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for my people. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for my people. And I'm not tired. Not anymore. I feel like I really have it all down. Right, but it's the formula. So you have your live stream, you have your routine, and then you have your mission. And if you don't have these three things aligned, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. You're never going to get it off the ground. So I got my live stream, I got my routine together, and I got my mission, and it finally clicked these last couple days. And I went, oh, there it is. There's my live stream, there's my routine, there's my mission. Now I just got to go off and be my theatrical self with what I've got to say. And now we're translating it like, all right, I got to turn all of this into story. And I just got to be here and go, hi. But in reality, I am putting together one of the most biggest fucking things in the world ever. And I've got all these fucking pieces and parts to it. And it looks like it's a lot because it looks like a lot. And it's just this massive mathematical organization of, okay, how can I reach the most people? So I've got my YouTube, and then that gets dropped over into my courses. And then I've got my books, and that gets dropped over into my courses. And then I make my Sunshine Imagination rounds, which is my fun part. And that's literally where I just make my rounds. So I go over to my Facebook page, and then I go over to my WhatsApp page. And then I go over to my Substack. And then I come back to YouTube. And I've got all these moving pieces, and I'm now, like, the whole thing is now centering around the Radical Global Healing Plan, which is basically a healing accelerator. It is a healing accelerator or a pilgrim accelerator. It's a mental health accelerator. And I'm doing these because I got to make sure I keep my head about me. I got to make sure I keep my focal point. Yeah, it's definitely the focal point. And I can feel myself triangulating this every day, going, okay, 3 points. And then like I said this in another video where I feel like this vulture zooming around, and I'm about to land right on that spot. And I'm like, come on now, come on, land. And I can feel it, because that's how it was when I was doing the ethical progression into the point of comprehension. And I landed on the point of comprehension, but I can feel it. There's something else here. Let's zoom out. What is this? It's the mission. It's like my mission is also on the focal point. And I'm trying to summarize all this and get right down to it of what is this about? And I'm almost there. I can see it. It's so close. And I've got my people. I've got my people around me. And I've got my message. And it's my community. Oh. It would be, I did the first 3 rounds of the self. And then it's the first 3 rounds of the mission. I understand. I understand now. And I can just feel the mission, like, oh, it's the career. Oh, it's the career. Oh, that would make so much more sense. That makes so much more sense. So it's 36 levels of consciousness to get to the self. That's the point of comprehension. And then when you're at the point of comprehension, it's you're just doing it with a career now. So it's the mission, it's the people and the community. Yeah, the message, the mission, and the career. And I can feel it. And it's like coming to a head where just like when I was doing this with the pilgrimage. This is like my mission. I can feel it triangulating, and it's getting closer, and it's so close now. And I'm like, come on. And I go into these YouTube videos to try and articulate it, because exploratory dialogues. And And I feel like I have so many moving pieces that I'm terrified I'm going to forget a single piece. I am terrified I'm going to lose a certain piece. I'm going to drop one of these. I feel like I'm juggling. I am juggling. And I have one of the most complex jugglings that I'm doing right now ever in the world. And I feel like I don't feel like I'm about to drop the balls. I feel like I have become such a master juggler, but it's requiring constant, intense focus. And the better I get at the juggling, the more energy I save. And I'm like, oh, come on, I'm tired. If we could just get down to this one thing, then it's done. And I've got this outline and this concept that I just can't. The words. The Radical Global Healing Plan is such a huge part of this. But it's also the Philosopher Bard, which is a huge part of this. And they must be balanced. But in order to balance them, I have to define them. So I've got the Radical Global Healing Plan, I've got the Philosopher Bard, and I've got PANDO. So I've got the teacher, I've got the entertainer. I don't think it's PANDO either. And I can't, then this is it exactly, is I'm missing a piece over there. And if I don't have it, it will toggle and fall over. So I got to find it. So I keep looking for this. Oh, it would be the writer. I think it would be the writer. Yes, it would be the writer. Teacher, writer, bard. So it's the book author. It's the author. So it's the author. Yeah. Oh, there's my career. Teacher, author, bard. Oh, see, that makes so much more sense. Oh, there you go. There you are. So it's teacher, author, bard. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Teacher, author, bard. Okay. There you go. All right. I have it identified. And now I can use those three pieces to triangulate my position so I could just sit down and, all right, teacher, author, bard. Now I got to integrate them. Integrate. And this is how you're supposed to do it. Please take it from me. This is exactly how you're supposed to do it. So what are your three pieces? Because everything's in threes. It has to be, because that's how you triangulate. If you don't have three pieces, you don't know who you are. That's why we triangulate. It's math. So it's the teacher, the entertainer, and the author. This makes so much more sense. And that's what I do with my course all day long. And I'm like, all right, I got this all down. I got it. And before, I wasn't on YouTube, so I wasn't practicing my bardic nature. I was instead doing the author. And I was always doing the teaching, but I've got to figure out how to do all three of them and balance them. And now that I'm back on YouTube, I'm not writing my books anymore. And I'm going, oh, no. So I got to figure out how to get my books in here also. But when I do my philosopher bard and my author, I am teaching. And that's what it is. As soon as the coursework is actually done, I'll be able to go back to my books. And it is very much a big burden. But I'm all right to handle that now. And I just want to talk to people all day. I just want to sit down and be like, let's talk about this shit. Let's give it name. And I definitely have this love force, moving growth feeling of going toward something, going toward talking with other people about it on podcast. I feel like going podcast guest. Like that is really like it's screaming at me, go be a podcast guest. And that's what it feels like, is a podcast guest, where I just have to go into the kingdoms of other people. That's what I'm looking for, the kingdoms of other people. That's it. I have to go visit the other kingdoms now. I can do that. I'm going to go visit the other kingdoms. I'm going to go visit the other kingdoms. Her Majesty requests counsel with you. That's it. I request counsel. That is it exactly. I request counsel. So that is my mission. I have identified my mission. See what happens when you triangulate yourself? You find your mission. That's why you need to do it. is because if you can't find your mission, you haven't triangulated yourself. Triangulate yourself and boop, the mission appears. So my mission is to find podcasts to be a guest on. So I'm going to go ahead and manifest that now. That's the other thing I really want to do is I want to do meditation manifestations. I want to do these classes. But I don't know. I need to figure out how to add people here as groups. And I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to do that. So that's something I would love to learn how to do, is have people on my podcast. That would be amazing. But every time I do that, I get nervous. Well, I did it one time and it was a very bad experience. I should try it again though. I really should try it again. Yeah, I think I'll try it again. Because that's what I feel next. Like I need to kick this up a notch. Yes, definitely. So, yeah, this is definitely one of the things I'm going to be working on. And I just see this, like I'm a ship at port, and I'm a ship in my captain's quarters, and I'm just in my ship. So when I'm on YouTube now, I'm in my ship, because I'm settling out looking for people. Oh, I love this stage of my life. And we're looking for people to bring them back to Alexandria. It's back to the abstract. There was this one day. It was horrible. It wasn't horrible. It felt like, well, I was a black sheep. We all were. And I just felt like I was in the wilderness of nothing, wandering around for 40 years. And I just had no home, no place to go. I lived in my car for a while. And then I just backpacked through Manhattan for a year. Slept in Central Park. And I didn't belong anywhere except New York. And there was just no society. I tried the society thing. And I was like, I can't. It reeked of slavery hidden in its walls. So I wandered. Every time I found a job, it was to study the science of it and then abandon it. And I was never happy in any of those places. I just saw the psychological problems inside all of the business, and I analyzed them and I broke them down. And then I thought, and I remember this one day, I was just walking and I had this massive abstract vision of me just in this desert, in the city, not the city, but the entire society and system was over there, and I had been rejected. And I looked across the great vast of nothingness, and there was all these people, black sheep, who also had been rejected from the system, unwanted because they couldn't fit in, broken, insane because the system had broken them. And when they realized, oh, we just can't fix you, they threw them out. And I remember that day, I took up my flag and I just stabbed it into the earth. And I said, fuck you all. This is going to be my home. And I'm just going to build right out here in the wilderness of nothing. So I declared it on a land. And I did. I built on a land. And then I built my garden and Alexandria and my city. And I thought, I'll just light a beacon and have them all come to me because, well, that place is shit. And there's a whole lot of wandering rovers and black sheep without a place to call home. So this is the home of the lost, the home of the unwanted, the home of the black sheep, the home of the neurodivergent, the home of the unwanted, the home of the homeless, of the wanderer. And then I built the garden. I built the city, Alexandria. I built PANDO. And then I got into my ships. And I just started to look around for people who needed a home. And I'm walking around now going, do you feel the physics? Do you feel the physics? That's going to be my thing. Do you feel the physics? Because that's it. If you feel the physics, they kick you out. Do you feel the physics? I got a place for you if you feel the physics. And the best part about PANDO is I purified it of all the abuse with the 12 ethics. So there's like no abuse. That's where I am now. In my ships. Just looking for people who feel the physics. Yeah. That's our story. And that's what all this is. We're changelings. And we're stories. And we can feel the physics. That's going to be our motto. We are changelings. We are sentient stories. And we can feel the physics. Yeah. Boy, this feels right and this feels good. And this sure as fuck gives me joy. All right then. So I'm going to go think about life, the universe, and everything now. Yeah. I'm probably just going to go back and write some more. Thank you. May the kindest of words always find you. And if you can feel the physics, grab the link below and get on my ship.